Good evening, I'm Caden Alzate.
And I'm Ashton Henderson.
Tonight on News 6, students celebrate the Christmas holiday as the semester comes to an end.
And I will show you how Conway performed in their semifinal state matchup.
All this and more, News 6 starts right now. Election day for a Conway City Council runoff race between Drew Spurgers and Mark Vaught is set for tomorrow. Neither candidate was able to achieve the 50% barrier to avoid the runoff, with Spurgers receiving 47% of the vote, while Vaught received 28.5%. News 6 sat down with each candidate to talk about what they bring to the position.
So how I would consider myself different from the other people on the council is going to be largely age, right? I'll be the youngest person on the council by well over 10 years, cutting the average almost in half. And so what I want to do for the city is just bring some fresh energy, right? I think that our current city council has done a great job getting the city where it is. I have a lot of respect for those people. I'm not running to fix something that's broken. I'm running to bring new energy, and frankly, I think it's way past time for our generation to get involved and step up and start taking some ownership of leadership of the city and creating the future that we want to live in.
I am setting myself apart by actually relying on candidates to understand my experience on the city council. I think just the 6 years that I served, I learned so much about the city government, about the city of Conway, about budgeting, about personnel management, about zoning, rezoning, all of that. And there is a distinction. It took me a full 2 years to wrap my head around all that there is in city government. Budgeting was really something that it takes a while for a new alderman to learn. And I've already got that experience. And, I served my voters well when I was on the council the first time.
Now only 2 voting centers are open on Election Day, the Faulkner County Library and the McGee Center. Voting centers will be open tomorrow from 7:30 in the morning to 7:30 in the evening, and voters in line at 7:30 will be allowed to vote.
There are numerous campus ministries across the University of Central Arkansas, but one in particular was able to find immense success in this fall semester. News 6's Caden Alzate got to speak with the representatives of this organization to talk about this semester.
Conway BCM has had a semester to remember, and the key contributors for that are current upperclassmen and the record-setting UCA freshman class.
We were just welcomed in really well by some upperclassmen who are really committed in the idea of serving the Lord and serving their campus really well. I think if you find any upperclassman leader at BCM and you sit down with them and have a conversation, you will immediately see a heart and a love for students on campus. Yeah, I'm a firm believer that as a student steps onto campus, that leadership is not something that awaits them in the future, but it's something that they're ready for right now. And just what I've seen time and time again, as you cast a vision with the student and you call them higher, man, as the Lord works through them, we just see people rise to answer that call. And so I just believe that a freshman is always way more capable than what the world tells them they're able to do.
With this successful semester, VCM has major goals for the future.
Our hope this semester, or this next semester, is that more people can have the gospel shared with them, right? Our outreach team has shared the gospel with probably 100 to 150 people on campus this year. So far, our goal next year is over 200 for spring semester. And that next year, I think a healthy goal would be, let's shoot for 1,000.
Reporting for News 6, I'm Caden Alzate.
Now when we come back from the break, we'll have your weather heading into finals week. Don't go anywhere. News 6 will be right back.
Higher education is all about removing barriers and opening doors, including our own. Unfortunately, unmet financial need has put a 4-year degree out of reach for many families in Arkansas. Until now. The UCA Commitment is a groundbreaking new program that bridges the funding gap, making a debt-free pathway for tuition and fees accessible to families earning $100,000 or less a year. And that impacts everything. Qualifying students now have an alternative to taking out loans for tuition and fees or walking away from their college dreams. It's about fewer barriers to higher education and endless opportunities for our students and our whole state. Get ready for major transformation, the UCA commitment. Learn more at uca.edu.
Welcome back with your weather. Today it was a sunny day outside. It was 54 degrees with a low of 28. We had the wind at pretty medium with 8 miles per hour. Now looking at tomorrow's weather forecast, you can see that it's going to cool down a little bit at 45 degrees and a low of 25, with the wind slowing down just a little bit by 6 miles per hour. Now looking at our 5-day forecast, you can see that Wednesday it's going to be cloudy, but moving into the rest of the week, we're going to see the sun shining through. We're going to have a high of 58 and a low of 24, and then moving into Sunday, we are going to see some rainfall coming. Now that's it for your weather. Back to Kaden at the desk with the rest of your news.
As many may know, the holiday season is about giving, and one Conway organization is making a year-round impact. The Bethlehem House is a transitional home helping those in need to take steps to independence. News 6's Ashton Henderson shares how the community plays a vital role in their success.
The Bethlehem House isn't just a shelter. It's a place where people have the opportunity to get back on their feet. Residents can stay up to 2 years while learning useful lifestyle skills like managing money and building careers, all with the end goal of one day becoming successfully independent.
Yes, there are situations where they are due to bad decisions, but haven't we all made bad decisions in our life? It's just what we have as resources around us that keep us in a different situation than others. And so that was enlightening to me. It changed my entire just passion about what we do.
This holiday season, volunteers packed up bags of food for anyone within the Conway community who may be in need. These bags are located underneath Christmas trees inside of the Bethlehem House.
This is my second time here. This is a successful time this time. Not to say the first time wasn't, but this time I've been here going on a year. Bethlehem House has been a life-changing experience for me.
The organization runs on community support, and volunteers play a vital role through programs like Adopt a Meal, where every night there's an opportunity for you to prepare or cater a meal to serve to residents.
It's really fulfilling to feel like you're making a difference, and it's more, for me, I feel like that's what I'm getting out of life, is whenever I'm helping other people.
The Bethlehem House is proof that there is power within community. Their work reminds us that everyone deserves a second chance, and with the right support, independence is possible.
Oh, these are somebody's children, or these are somebody's aunt, uncle, and this is life-changing work.
The Bethlehem House is a hand up, not a handout. It's a place that is, once again, life-changing, and it's also a place that helps people find who they really are, find a sense of purpose in life.
Ashton Henderson, reporting for News 6.
For more information on how you can get involved, visit the Bethlehem House located at 1115 Parkway Street or visit bethlehemhouse.net. A local church has begun construction on a recreation of the town of Bethlehem for its big event of the Christmas season. Rodney Rogers sat down with pastors and church members to see how excited they are for this event.
Central Baptist Church here in Conway is getting ready to open the gates for its drive-through Christmas. Pastor Ben South shared the goal of these performances.
Drive-through Christmas is an experience for the family to enjoy, to be able to drive through our parking lot, see some elements of the Christmas story, hear the Christmas story told from the comfort of their car.
From constructing a marketplace to casting Mary and Joseph, members of the church have been hard at work on this event since early November.
We're a little bit ahead of schedule this year, we think, but we're on target to be ready to go on December 5th. With sets and crew and staff. It takes about 150 to 200 people for us to do this each night.
And that cast and crew consists of pastors and church members alike. Children's pastor David Moore shares his favorite part of the night.
The cool thing is that whenever we're getting ready to start, I always walk over to see what the car line looks like, and it is backed up all the way to Madison Road. and it stays pretty packed like that all night long.
Families that drive through will be offered hot chocolate and will even get to hear some Christmas carols as they go.
It's very fun because I love to sing, so I just get to do what I like to do. But seeing all of the people come through, and there are hundreds of people, so it's constant singing.
This is Central's 4th year to do Drive-Through Christmas. Every year, the church sees more and more cars line up to see the performances. This year, Drive-Through Christmas will be held on December 5th, 6th, and 7th.
It's just great to see the experience of the people experiencing Bethlehem in a live way.
In Conway, Rodney Rogers, UCA News 6.
And now as we transition into sports, this past Friday was the semifinal rounds of the Arkansas State playoffs. And to say it was an eventful night would be an understatement. There were some shocking outcomes, and here to tell us all about it is Ashton.
That's right, Caden. It was a big night for high school football here in Arkansas as teams battled it out in the semifinal round of the state playoffs. Conway did have 2 teams in action, but only one of them advanced on to the final round. In the 2A conference, Conway Christian, who has been undefeated all season long, played Junction City and won with a final score of 25-21. They will now advance on to the final round and play East Poinsett County at War Memorial Stadium this Friday at noon. Now on to the 7A conference, one of the most anticipated games. It was an intense rematch between Conway and Bentonville, 2 teams that have been powerhouses all season. The Wampus Cats rolled past the Tigers in their first meeting back in September, but this time around the stakes were much higher, and so was that competition. Bentonville wasted no time making their presence felt, scoring within the opening minutes to jump ahead 7-0. It was clear early on that this wasn't going to be the same game that we saw earlier in the season. The Tigers came into this undefeated in conference play and weren't backing down. By halftime, Bentonville held a 20-14 edge, but Conway's resilience kept this game tight with a powerful rushing attack and efficient passing game. Conway rallied late in the 4th quarter to take the lead, putting themselves just seconds away from a trip to that final round. But in the end, Bentonville had the final say, nailing a field goal, leaving just 1 second on the clock and securing that win 36-34. Now this was one of the most competitive games of the season, with Bentonville's defense, who stood tall against one of the state's most explosive offenses, while Conway, on the other hand, had a defense which had been dynamic all season, faced off a Tigers offense that capitalized on their key moments. For Conway, this does mark the end of an incredible season. The Wampus Cats were dominant on both sides of the ball all year, averaging nearly 48 points per game and allowing just 241 points all season. Their balanced offense and relentless defense carried this team into their 5th semifinal appearance, showcasing that this program is full of strength and consistency. Now that's it for your sports, and when we get back, we'll tell you about UCA's yearbook. News 6 will be right back. As a lot of people may know, yearbooks are a staple in schools all over the country, and UCA's own yearbook has had a whole team working on the book all semester long.
UCA's yearbook, also known as the scroll, is worked on throughout the semester. Students work on the scroll by taking the pictures, doing interviews, and writing the different sections. Near the end of the semester, the editors for the yearbook fix up these sections and make it publishing eligible.
So I joined yearbook last spring semester, but then this year I decided to join as an editor because I really enjoyed doing making spreads, attending events, and doing all the different aspects that goes into yearbook. I joined yearbook because I quit marching band after my freshman year. And I did yearbook in high school, so I thought that this would be like a really good way for me to do something that I'm good at and be involved with on campus. Well, what I do is I edit everyone's stories and captions and all the words on the spread, so every single word is checked by me.
We spoke to the editor-in-chief, Harley Walls, to ask how she got the position and what the editors specifically do.
My freshman year, I went to Conway Days, and there was a yearbook table, and I was like, oh, that sounds interesting, you know. I did it for 1 year in high school before I quit in high school, but I was like, I wanted to get involved on campus, and I was like, this is a great way to do that. It's just going through every spread and making sure it looks good design-wise and like it's aesthetically pleasing, and make sure the photos are bright enough to where they don't print dark. During the creative process though, like creating the yearbook, we all take pictures, so it's the editors and the staff. We all take pictures of different events, and then we put all of that together on a spread.
I'm William Smith, reporting for News 6.
Well, for the final time this semester, that's a look at your news for today. And if you missed any stories or you want to get more details, you can visit us online at ucanews.live.
And if you have any questions, comments, or story ideas, you can email us at ucanews6@gmail.com.
Also, you can keep up with us on Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok. I'm Caden Alzate.
And I'm Ashton Henderson for weather and with your sports. And for the last time this semester, all of us at News 6, thank you for watching and good night.